Glad to be landing in your inbox. Your little old Luka here, checking in on September 1st. Recording this before September 1st so that you can get it on September 1st. I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you here in this monthly missive. So because it's September, I don't know if you feel this way. September to me always feels like this chance for a reset. It's kind of written into our culture a lot in North America for sure, here in Europe as well. It feels the same. There's kind of this invitation. Maybe it's because I married a teacher. Maybe it's because my dad was a teacher. Maybe it's because I was in school for such a long time and then ushered my daughter through her school years and she's in university now, right? There's this concept, this idea that September is this time for a new schedule or getting back to routine after hopefully beautiful, languorous nights spent basking by ocean waters. I hope it was that case for you, or in a cabin somewhere, or somewhere lollygagging about and frolicking in the mist. But there's this invitation for September. I mean, you can feel it. If you're paying attention to the energetics outside, do you not feel it? Do you not feel this invitation? The light is different. What you want to put on your plate is different. What is featured at the grocery store, at the markets, is totally different than what it has been the last couple of weeks. There is a noticeable shift. And I love to focus on these shifts. I love to see them as this opportunity for what can this mean for myself? And how can this maybe help incite ways to move forward, if you will. So these new schedules, this idea of a new routine, a chance to get back to caring for ourselves can be a part of this way forward too, for September maybe. And of course, because I love to work with food and love to empower people to know how food can help them when they've got chronic stuff on the go, I think a reset can mean a couple of different things depending on where you're at. And certainly it seems to be kind of the modus operandi or like the main theme of things that people like to talk about in September. But I want to talk about why that might be. So, first, from a seasonal perspective, yes, there's a shift. And when there is a shift, there's a lot other things that have the potential of shifting. Not just the light, not just the plate on our foods, but what if we looked at this through the lens and just noticing from other modalities, in particular traditional Chinese medicine. So as you know, we're shifting into fall. Fall through a TCM lens is the season of the lungs and the intestines on global scale, kind of the big thing that you focus on for this season. And both the lungs and the intestines are connected to what? To letting go, to cleansing and moving things out we no longer need, making space for renewal. Is that not what also is happening outside your door in the garden, at the farm stand, on the roads, in the countryside you were driving through, on your traipsing travels through a part of the land you'd never seen before this summer, right? And most of us, like if we take this back to the intestines and to the gut, because I think spoiler alert, this is all about the gut. Surprise. Everything's always about the gut. Most of us don't actually start to think about our intestinal health and our gut until it starts to act up. Like, what could be some of those symptoms? Bloating, sluggish digestion, where you're like not pooping on a regular basis or it's hard, or the opposite, where it's like more explosive poops. What about discomfort after meals, or a list of foods you can't tolerate that's now getting longer? Or tying that when you eat eggplants, you now get an itchy throat, or those kinds of things. I want to be clear. Yes, of course, your gut is a food processing system. You bet. We do more than just food processing. We break foods down in our digestive system. We absorb the nutrients it is that we need to fuel the function of every organ and every cell in the body. But we also house our immune system in our gut. Like 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. So your gut is really keenly involved in a lot of different things. It really helps to regulate a whole bunch of things, principally your metabolism, actually. It's a big key player in driving your metabolic health. So this will help regulate mood. It is known to help regulate energy, to help regulate your immune system, all hormonal health, the brain function. There's a really keen gut-brain connection. And when your gut is running smoothly, everything else in the body has this stronger foundation. I see that gut as that foundational piece. And when your gut is off, and sometimes this is only when we start to look at it, unfortunately. I get it, we're human. But the ripple effects can really be surprising when something's not working well in the gut. Like our sugar cravings can sneak up on us and they don't go away. Our desire to have naps mid-afternoon really are showing us that our energy takes a massive dip, or brain fog. Same thing in the afternoon, hard to get through the day. We can have skin changes. We can have brain fog. We can have a harder time clearing histamine issues, a lower tolerance to foods. We could tolerate something 6 months ago, but now we can't. Or inflammation, pain anywhere, the driving of some type of response that is just building up inside the body and adding to what I think of as that burden of stress. And all of these clues can point back to different pieces potentially in our digestive system that is not working. So, is there something we are not ready to let go of? Is there something we are unable to change and kind of alchemize into what it is that we need? Might that be a piece that needs some help? Or is there maybe an issue at the microbiome level? I think that I see that as a tying into our capacity to alchemize things and to transform what it is we're taking in to make it be what it is that, like, kind of inserting ourselves into it and making it be something we've done. This microbiome connection has such a, like, from a scientific standpoint, has a really big sway on our immunity, on our metabolism, on our blood sugar balancing work, on our hormonal work, on our mood, on our brain function. It has a lot, it talks through our vagus nerve to our nervous system. Like, there's a lot of different pieces the microbiome is involved with. It's just kind of another piece of the whole digestive puzzle. So when I say taking care of your gut, it's really about taking care of that digestion, getting the nutrients in, the whole lining of the intestinal lining, elimination, and whether or not you're good at it, the immune system and your microbiome, and everything that those potentially touch. So it would be safe to say that when you take care of your gut, you are really actually taking care of your whole body. Mhm. When your digestion is supported, you can get those nutrients you need. So now your metabolism is a little bit more steady. Your immune system is getting all of the pieces she needs, and she keeps you healthy. Even your hormones and your histamine clearance can fall into place a little bit better when we look after the gut, especially histamine things. Oh my gosh, and hormone things, and sleep. Like, so many things. It is why I'm always on and on about how the gut is that foundational piece. Because if that cornerstone is cracked, there's no amount of patchwork elsewhere that is going to hold for very long. If you're not looking after the gut, what even are you doing, pal? That's what I have to say about it. So, what I want to drive home here is that your gut is really quite resilient with when you've got those right inputs, when you've got the right foods, when you're looking to the foods that do repair. It's a lot of what we do at Good Food and You, we, the royal we, me, you, everybody who's in. Lifestyle habits, circadian rhythm support, seasonal support, really helping us live according to the natural rhythms of the natural world. Your gut has an incredible capacity to repair, to reset, and to recalibrate and rebalance a bunch of different things. So that's why I love to focus on the gut in the fall. First of all, the brilliance of the lens of traditional Chinese medicine says it's a great time to look after it. But in this season, the fall season, this is the cleansing season, like the letting go of things that no longer serve us. That's what's happening in our gardens, in the parks of the city, in the natural world. We're going inwards. And we're going to go in the winter season to do some of that work inside. But before we get inside, we have to make our way into the inside. And we can do that through supporting our gut. And there's a lot of things that can disrupt that way in for sure, the way that our current systems and world views are. But I propose, why don't we get started on some solutions to just help bolster up the gut health? It's a good season to do it. It's a perfect time to give not only your gut, but your whole system a reset. So if you're saying, yeah, September does feel like a time for reset, it's the actual new year. Only because that's part of how your rhythm is. I would dare say, I think you're really in touch with what it is that the energetics of the season are all about. And I have a couple of options here for you to explore if this is ringing true for you. So I've got two options. The first option, if this is making sense for you, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm ready to do some gut reset pieces. First of all, if you're on the newsletter, you would have gotten the meat stock recipe. It's a great place to start. It's not going to cost you anything. So make some meat stock. Go back to making meat stock. It's a perfect season to get back into it. But I've got two specific options for anybody who wants to take it a step further. So if this resonates with you, we are focusing on the gut as that foundational piece to metabolic health. We're doing all things gut in the Good Food Network for the fall season. It's my membership network. We're zeroing in on the gut in the next 2 months. When your gut is steady, there's a bunch of things that really work well. Like I was pointing out, your metabolic work is functioning much better. Your energy, your digestion, your hormones, your immunity, like so many things run smoothly. So in the Good Food Network, this is what we'll be building on. We have a session a week where we're diving into it. I will drop the link below. You can take a peek to see what it is, the specifics of the moving parts that we're doing in there. But the Good Food Network is for the person who wants a weekly place to check in, to spend a half an hour, maybe an hour. You can totally go to a full hour if you want. But if you do even just a half an hour, you're going to get some actionable pieces, like the pieces you want to do, the work, and it's the work I do with clients. So you get it at a really nice price point. So I'll drop the link to option one for the Good Food Network. If you're ready to donate to spend half an hour a week on doing some of that gut reset for yourself, this is going to be a really great option. It is a deep dive. You could do way more than half an hour. I've gone in and simplified it a little bit so it's less overwhelming. There was too much in there that people never ever went in to check, so I just took those out because I read the room. There's a lot of extra stuff in there too, so if you wanted to do an hour, you certainly can. You will get your money's worth though if you're doing half an hour a week. So that's a good first option. It has everything that I'm doing with the gut this fall. The Good Food Network has actually option one and two in it. But for some who are like, I don't want to dedicate a half an hour a week, I actually only have this specific question about the gut. Well, I have option number two, and it is a standalone class that is a part of the Good Food Network. But if you only want this piece, you could take just this piece. It's a lower price point, might be more achievable for some, might also be more manageable because this is the only piece they want. No problem. Take the one you want. What is this class? Well, I'm calling it SOS. I took antibiotics. Now what? What do you think it's about? It's all about the gut reset after you've done a round of antibiotics. Yep. It's also the reset that you do after you've done a colonoscopy procedure. So I went in and I took my 3-page handout. It's five that I share with clients when they do a round of antibiotics. I went in to my colonoscopy procedure program and I took out the gut rebuild after colonoscopy procedure because it's the same work, whether you've done antibiotics or a colonoscopy procedure. I would dare say it's also what you would want to do after you've had any type of surgery. Often in surgeries, they include a round of antibiotics so that you don't get an infection, thank God. So a little leg up, please. Yeah, great. But what do you do afterwards? You need to rebuild the microbiome. I dare say it would also be a really good class after somebody's had a head injury or has had a COVID infection. Because the virus of COVID has been shown to actually wipe out the microbiome, as has a head collision, motor vehicle accident, or head trauma of sorts. It has been shown to wipe out your microbiome in the milliseconds following impact. Both. So If you've ever had a round of antibiotics, gone through a colonoscopy, are about to undergo surgery, have had a motor vehicle injury, or have had COVID and noticed that your digestion really changed afterwards, this is a class that's going to help you rebuild your microbiome. So it's called SOS, I took antibiotics, now what? This is a very specific class to help address the rebuild of that microbiome in particular. We're running the class on September 17th. It's in the morning in Alberta time and evening in Netherlands time, because I now have people in the Netherlands who are in the network. You can join us live, but of course there's a replay available, and it's going to be available to you if you register for the class. So you can watch it however many times you want before the end of the month, then it disappears. So we're going to talk about how to rebuild your gut so that we can undo, because I love antibiotics. They help us not die, but they also do a number on your microbiome and your gut health in general. And we need to rebuild that and do a pretty swift job of getting in there soon after the antibiotics are done, even while they're still going on, so that we can help you rebuild it. Yeah. So, of course, I am addressing histamine and mast cell issues for anybody who has those issues. We will, of course, bring that lens to it because that is about 80% of the population I serve. So you will also be represented in this class and will get the solutions tailored so that they suit you as well. I cannot believe how much I've been hearing about this from clients lately and how much I've been sharing that handout with clients. I thought, I need like a full class to go with this. So it's going to be built. I haven't built it yet, but I will by September 17th. So that's going to be option number 2. So you're going to see 2 links just below where this video is hosted. First link is going to be to the GoodFood network if you want half an hour a week. The second link is going to be to that SOS I took antibiotics class. And again, if you're in the network, you're getting both options for a really good price, if that's of concern to you. So whether you are looking to do a gut reset this fall or you need a more targeted approach after antibiotics or any kind of procedure, yes, I'm doing that class live here in September. I'm going to have it ready to access forever as of October 1st. So know that you can always get in touch. If you're not taking it now, you could take it anywhere down the line. I will have it ready for you. All you need to do is reach out and ask. The best part, yeah, both are going to be in the GoodFood network, so you can access that whenever you want. So I look forward to crossing paths with you and can't wait to hear how this resonates with you. What do you think about this idea of the fall as this invitation to let go of what no longer serves us, of looking after things and getting things ready for the hibernation season? The gut is where so much of this happens. And when we look after this, so much of what it is, how we move through our days works so much better. Gut is truly ground zero, pal. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to crossing paths with you somewhere down the line. You can hit me up if you have any questions too, hey, in the comments. Yes, please and thank you. Toodaloo, see you around. Salut et à bientôt.